Hello, welcome to another video, and I just got done watching the Nintendo Direct for September 12th, 2025. I would assume this will be the final Direct of the year, like the major Direct that's going to show a bunch of stuff like for the next, usually it's for the fall holiday, but boy, this was really a spring 2026 show. There'll be other directs this year dedicated to specific games, but I don't know. I'm probably going to title this video, I think I'm Nintendo out, I think was what I was going to title it, because this really sucked ass. I'm not even going to beat around the bush at the beginning of this video. This was a bad direct. It for a couple of reasons. Number one, it clearly tells us that the Switch 2 was not something that needed to be launched this year because the support for it just isn't there. Like, when it's all said and done, there wasn't really that much shown for the Nintendo Switch 2 here that either isn't already playable on the current Switch or it doesn't look that much better. And I'll dig into some of the examples of that. Hopefully this has been updated. Some of this stuff's going to be a little out of order from the way that it was presented, but I'll start with the big thing, and probably one of the biggest bummers of this entire showcase is it's the 40th, starting tomorrow, it'll be the 40th anniversary of Super Mario. Super Mario Brothers released 40 years ago in Japan as of tomorrow, on my birthday, actually. And you'd think like a company like Nintendo would have Odyssey 2 or whatever the next major iteration of Mario ready to show at this thing for the 40th anniversary. You think that, oh yeah, we're ready to go, man. We're going to do it. You know, this is it. It's 40th anniversary. Here's Mario's next big fucking adventure. No. Instead, you get the announcement that the Mario Brothers 2 movie is called the Super Mario Galaxy movie. You get the announcement that Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, of course, are being bundled and released on the Nintendo Switch. Physically, which is cool, and it's a Switch game, so it'll be on the cartridge. None of this game keycard bullshit. There's some amiibos for it, but then also they doubled down on some other stuff, and they're like, well, we got some other exciting Mario games, and I'm like, cool. The next Mario? No, it's Mario Tennis Fever. Cool. Hey, here's a new Yoshi game. He was exploring a book or something? What was this shit called? Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Like, that actually looked fine, but again, what is it? It's the 40th anniversary of Mario, and you're showing me a Yoshi game. I don't know, man. The whole thing seemed incredibly tone deaf in terms of like actually pleasing Mario fans. Like, cool, a new tennis game. Don't really care about that. This Yoshi game, hey, that's cool, but again, I'm looking for the next iteration of Mario. What the fuck are we doing? No announcement, not even like a hint. Like, they could have even just been like, hey, you know what, guys, we are also working on the next Mario. We'll have more to share later on. No, just absolutely nothing. And I feel like that's going to become the new Tears of the Kingdom situation for them, which is like, they're going to have to come out before Directs and go, we will not be talking about the next Zelda. Like, they're going to do the same thing with Mario. I will say too, like, when it was done, I watched the official Nintendo stream, and when it was over, I took a look at the chat, and like, it was overwhelmingly negative. Like, I share the opinion that this was a bad Direct, so I feel pretty confident in saying it was pretty lackluster. Other stuff, like I said, it's going to go out of order. But Metroid Prime 4 got a release date of December 4th. This was the weakest trailer I've seen for this game. Like, that's another thing too. Like, this is a showcase. You're supposed to drum up excitement for your games, and like, I feel like everything, with the exception of one major thing that actually has me excited, almost every single thing shown at this Direct was whatever, like clearly Switch 1 footage. And Metroid Prime, I think this was the worst showing of this game. They showed a sequence in which you can drive a motorbike. out in a desert that looks pretty fucking barren. And I get it. Like, this game was probably fully developed for the Switch 1 and will be a cross-generational game, obviously, but boy, that desert sure looked very barren. And like, what is Metroid Prime 4? Like, you know, again, not a huge Metroid fan. I will probably play it. I need something to justify this Switch 2 purchase. I mean, I haven't even bought Donkey Kong. That gets into another thing that I think is kind of slimy. At least it was more noticeable in this direct. A lot of trailers that some of the games are out and they're just announcing DLC, and I don't have a problem with that. I think that's fine. But when you're showing me a new game and it's the fucking announcement of like, hey, this game comes out on this date, also one more thing, and then they show an additional trailer for paid DLC before your game has even launched, I think that's kind of slimy. Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush DLC is out later today. Trying to think of other stuff that was really shown at this thing. Oh, one of the other big things. This is so fucking stupid to me. An announcement for the online expansion pass, and you're like, oh, cool. What big games will I be able to play today? Will it be Game Boy? Will it be Game Boy Advance games? Will it be, you know, GameCube games? There's only like 3 of those on the thing. What's it going to be? No, we're actually going to do it, and we're going to put Virtual Boy games on the system. You can buy an actual Virtual Boy. This is a real thing. In fact, I'm going to bring it up here and I'm going to show it because I can't believe it either. There it is. It's an actual fucking thing that we're gonna do. I'm not gonna play this trailer but yeah, it's an actual device. So in news no one could expect, Nintendo is remaking the Virtual Boy. It actually is recreating a model players combined and serve their Switch 1 to play 14 games over time, like Mario's Tennis, Galactic Pinball, and Telro Boxer. There will also be a cardboard version players can use as well. Regardless, you know Nintendo fans are going to go fucking ape shit for this thing, and they're going to buy it like crazy. No price for this thing. I don't know, man. I laughed and said, at this point, we were like halfway through this direct, and I said, of course, like, we're all about Bummerville here in this Nintendo Direct. Why not announce something this fucking heinous? So, I don't know. I get it. It is part of Nintendo's legacy, but it is a very, very failed product that I don't know why we're celebrating it with this release. So, I don't know, man. They did some updates where it was like, hey, man, Switch... some Switch 2 editions of games. They're going to do Super Mario Wonder is getting a Switch 2 edition, but I'll be honest, what they showed for it doesn't really entice me to pay for that. It just kind of seemed whatever. Mario, by the way, Mario Tennis is out February 12th. I didn't even see that they put a date on that, but whatever. One of the games that did get dated for this fall is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which is November 6th. This looks fine, but it's another one of those games. They had kind of they did also do a scissor rail thing with a couple games, but I'm only talking about things that I really think are worthy of note. Hades 2 is getting its 1.0 release date, and it will be exclusive to the Switch 2 for a little while. That starts on September 25th. There'll be a physical version of this game out November 12th. Seems like this game's locked to the Switch 2 as well, which is interesting. It will have a TV mode where you can run the game at 1080p 120 frames if you want to do that. One of the most baffling things at this event was we got a new Resident Evil Requiem trailer, which, that's fine. But it's also the announcement that the game's coming to Switch 2, and the trailer was very clearly in engine on a Switch 2, and it ran poorly. That's another thing I'll say is, there are games shown at this thing that were very clearly, Switch 2 versions, but they ran poorly. This is a prime example. Metroid Prime wasn't looking great, and Power Wash Simulator 2, very noticeable, didn't look the best. Again, I'm not going to play that game on the Switch 2. I'll play it on PlayStation, but, it didn't look great. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection got dated for October 30th digitally, and then there'll be a physical version of it out December 12th. Again, they talked about Pokemon stuff. Obviously, that the big Pokemon ZA game or whatever is out October 16th. There's also a Pokemon Pokopia, which is a cozy life sim farming game starring a Ditto that looks like a human. Sure. This will probably get me a little hate, but I'm going to say it. Like, I feel like Pokemon is like the core Pokemon games, not talking about side stuff or like this game or anything, but like the core Pokemon games is a franchise that, no pun intended, hasn't evolved in 30 years. It's the same fucking thing every time. Here's new Pokemon. So now there's this version of an evolution or that evolution. But like that Arceus game or whatever, I thought was the first time that it really felt like they were trying to evolve the franchise, which is cool. That game just ran like ass. I'd really like to see them do that again instead of like ZA just seems like another standard Pokemon game. So I don't know, but that's out October 16th. I'm sure it'll sell like crazy. Yeah, this thing, man, like, wow, it was bad. And again, like they showed other things. The coolest announcement, I'll say this. I'll say there are two cool announcements, and this is what I'll end the video on. These are the positive things here. Number one, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined looks fantastic. I don't think, I'm going to look real quick, but I don't think that they announced a date for it, but I don't think they clearly said. I would assume it's not exclusive to the Switch 2. Like, I think that the game would probably be coming to other stuff. I'm going to refresh this article here. Yeah, it doesn't say yet, but it does have a release date of, I believe, February 6th next year. This was probably, for me, this was my game of the show, but the show was pretty weak. It looks awesome and like a true reimagining of that game. Visually, it looks incredible. And I do hope it's on other platforms. Like, I do hope it's on PS5. I think that would be cool. It didn't seem like it was exclusive. This is just where the trailer was being shown. But man, this right here was something to be excited about. I looked at this and said, yeah, I should probably play those 2D remakes that I have one that's been sitting here and the other one's coming out soon. But this looked awesome. So they ended on Fire Emblem. Fortune's Weave was the big direct finale. Again, 2026 date. It takes place around like the arena stuff in the city. But the game looks cool as hell. I really should, again, another reminder of like, I really should play the other ones for the Switch. I did play a little bit of Three Houses. I do have that Engage game, which I have the Collector's Edition behind me. And I'm sure I'll buy the Collector's Edition of this game because I do love Fire Emblem. But this was a cool announcement. Was it a cool announcement to end this show on? I don't know about that. Like, I wanted something big and grandiose. I even kidded myself after they finished the 40th anniversary Mario stuff. Like, well, maybe they'll save a Odyssey 2 for the end of this. No, it's just Fire Emblem. So overall score, I'm giving this direct a 4 out of 10. It's bad, man. Like, for everybody that was waiting, like for Nintendo fans and stuff that went out, bought a Switch day one, played the hell out of Mario Kart, bought Donkey Kong and played that as well. Waiting for new stuff has been bad this year. And like true, like this is Switch 2 only. It's really only been Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. Metroid Prime is a cross-generational game. I think Hyrule Warriors is as well. You can double check me on that, so don't quote me on that, but I believe that is as well. But like, I needed one other like big thing at this, and there wasn't that. And I think that was the disappointing thing coming off this. Like, this is pretty not a great Nintendo Direct. So it's a 4 out of 10 for me. I was very disappointed by it. It makes me question again, why did we release the Switch 2 when we clearly weren't ready? Like, that article even came out earlier this week where they don't even have development kits to everybody yet. So again, it proves the point of like, why did we launch this thing? It really seems like even though the hardware needed an upgrade really badly, we prematurely launched this thing, and we should have just waited until June of next year and had some more stuff to go, because a lot of this direct was like, hey, 2026, we're going to fire a lot of shit off in the spring. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that stuff gets pushed. Like there's just too many things with a generic spring 2026 date. So for me, it's a 4 out of 10. I thought it was a probably one of the most disappointing Nintendo Directs they've ever had. Because usually you can confidently go into a Nintendo Direct and be like, oh, they're going to show this, this, and this. And you walk away, even if you're not a Nintendo fan, you're going to walk away with like, well, there was these cool things that will be on other platforms. There really wasn't much of that today. It really was just, we have some stuff. It's 2026. We have a few things for this fall. Hey, Mario's 40th anniversary. Here's a bunch of stuff, but not what you want. So let me know in the comments below what you think. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, until next time.